Our correspondent Uche Okoro is also on ground. He went to town to look at the mood or to feel the pulse of the people here in Anambra State, of course, as they prepare for the election, what they are talking about, what they anticipate, and of course, their expectations. Let's see what Uche has got for us.
Another opportunity has come for the people of Anambra State to decide who governs them. But are these people ready to participate in this crucial exercise? This was the question from TVC News to residents, including petty traders and motorcycle riders. Are you prepared for the election?
Sure, I'm very much prepared for the election.
Definitely, I'm very much prepared.
Definitely, yes. I'm very prepared to vote tomorrow.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared based on the way things are now.
I say I am prepared to go and vote tomorrow.
They also bear their minds on their expectations from the election.
We've seen all the candidates. They've done their campaign. They've told us things they can do to develop the state. And where I personally have interest is developing the youth.
I would say I'm kind of excited. I'm happy as well, because every election marks the beginning of a new thing.
Well, you don't look excited.
Yeah, I don't look excited. I have to control my emotions. I don't need to allow my emotion to rule over me. So I'm kind of excited because, one, the security men we are seeing in the States, for me, I've not seen that before.
Things I would like to see is kind of being peace everywhere, you understand? Whoever you want to vote for, you go and vote for the person, not by using force on anybody. So we don't need it.
Some residents also predicted disappointment for those who hold the view that the election would be characterized by voter apathy.
Definitely, people are kind of going to come out because I believe this election is more serious than ever before.
I am calling on all Anambrians, especially those with their PVC, their voters card, to come out and vote. No stranger will come from outside and scare us in our own state.
I'm supposed to be afraid because of the troops that enter the states. They are fearful. A lot of armies and police and navy patrolling since how many days now? So it's enough to make us fear, but I will still come out and vote because I have registered already.
There are a lot of concerns ahead of the Anambra State Governorship Election, especially on security. But from the views of these few residents of the state, it is safe to expect that the almost 3 million registered voters will indeed turn out at their respective polling units to cast their votes. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Awka, Anambra State.
This is TVC News coming to you from Awka, capital of Anambra State. And we're here, of course, to give you updates and full coverage of the governorship election in the state. Well, before the break, we watched Uche Okoro's report talking about the mood of the people and their expectations. Uche Okoro is also right here with me. Uche, when you felt the pulse of the people, what did you feel?
Well, I felt a set of people who are very ready to cast their votes. You recall that in the build-up to this election, which is taking place tomorrow, there's been a lot of worries, fears, especially on security. Of course, you've heard a lot of groups have come up to say several things that have been, of course, discountenanced by other groups. So there's been a lot of worries that with this election come and go hitch-free. But despite all that worry, residents of Awka, Anambra State are saying they will still come out to cast their votes. Of course, they will come out with the little concern, and of course, they'll be watching their backs. But many of them have told me that they will still come out to cast their votes.
Outside security now, talking about the electoral process, do they have confidence in the voting process itself?
Not really. I think that's not surprising to hear, judging from the antecedents of other elections in places like Rivers State and even at the national level in Nigeria.
I think that of Rivers is peculiar to Rivers, but
yeah.
Other elections in the recent past, like Edo, the case has been quite different. INEC, I think, from election observers' point of view, did a good job in handling that election.
Well,
and they are saying now, for even the election observers, saying they expect INEC, or they've seen that INEC is ready to take this a step higher than what the successes they recorded in previous elections.
Unfortunately, the successes recorded in these states hasn't played out in terms of confidence in the minds of Anambarians. Now, I say that because while they may have confidence in INEC, they may have confidence in the process, there is this fear that the overwhelming presence of security men on the ground may hamper the process. Of course, you know that there are fears of that the election may be marked by voter apathy. People may not come out. People may be scared of losing their lives or running into trouble. But they are saying they will still come out. But they are worried, very worried, that security agencies may work against the process. So the confidence or the lack of confidence that is being expressed by the residents of Anambra State isn't exactly directed towards INEC, directed rather towards the security agencies, calling on them to act, of course, carry out their responsibilities with caution.
All right, thank you very much, Uche Okoro.